Good afternoon, guys. Shall we do a story or a session? Huh? How many want story? Session? Session is for you, story is for me. So we'll do a bit of both. How much time I got? 20 minutes, huh? So we'll do like 10 minutes of story and 10 minutes of session. So what we're going to talk about today is one of my investment as an angel. So when I came back, of course, being an entrepreneur in US for 12 years, and then started investing and met friends. Through friends, met a couple of doctors. So who has a clinic going on in Vijayawada and one clinic in Kakinada. And so they are good doctors. They know what they're doing. And as just a friend, I was like advising them. And I was asking questions like which they haven't heard, like questions from a finance guy or from an investment background. So questions like, what is your ARPU? What's your walk-in like? What's your break-even period? When are you going to get your payback? They're like, no, we are doing a great service to our patients. So we are the best in the world, in terms of patient care and all that. But the questions that you are talking about is something that we haven't calculated. We are not, making note of it. So then what I told is, guys, what is your vision? Then they said, we thought we can just scale the way that we are currently running. I said, no way you want to scale unless you have a model in place. So then the whole discussion started. Then I asked a question, do you want to scale with 100% ownership, or do you want to scale with maybe make a big company with a small ownership? But you may probably grow it like 10 times or 20 times. So they picked the second one. That's how I got an opportunity to invest, at the same time be an advisor. So from there the story started. So I tell you, the concept of dentist is it's a specialty driven approach. If you know, the single specialty itself talks about that. It's a specialty driven. It's we go a little deeper into our process, deeper into our technology, and in our patient delivery and all that. And the way we differentiated is on the evidence-based treatment. The minute patient comes to our clinic, we do a full mouth X-ray. The minute you do that, you're going to open up all the problems in the mouth. So that means revenue opportunities for the doctors. So they're going to lay out what are the different treatments that the patient should go for. And he may have come for cleaning, but he knows that some root canal he need to go through. So this kind of helped us in increasing our ARPUs. And so that's not just the only differentiator. The one that we had structured is a kind of a cluster model. There is a Class A, Class B, Class C clinics that we had structured. So what it means is you have to bring efficiencies in your business, right? So it's not just the top line, but it's also the bottom line. So the middle part, which is the cost structure, we need to optimize it very efficiently. Revenue, yeah, we talked about even in the morning, we had to bring different sources of revenue into the game, but the cost aspect also. So this Class A, Class B, Class C is kind of standardized the way we do our business. The Class A means it requires certain set of investment. Class B requires, it's about 5-chair clinic. It requires the equipment, the investment will be a little different. So this Class A, Class B, Class C, all three will become a kind of a cluster. This is the investment structure. Can you guys hear me? So these the three sections of clinics if you see it, there is a lot of capital invested on the Class A clinic, which is about 2.4 crore. We're talking about asset light, but still, for a dental clinic, 2.4 crore is like, a lot of money. Sorry? Sorry, it's about, it's our revenue. The investment required to get a revenue of 2.4 crore is about 1.4 crore, sorry. 90 lakhs, which is about the capex. So 40, which is 130 plus 10. Yeah, sorry, thank you. So the model is, it takes about 6 months to break even, 6 to 8 months to kind of to break even, and about 1 year, about 2 years it takes to reach full capacity, about 3 years for the capex to pay back. By bringing these three under one cluster, what we are doing is we trying to optimize the clinical and non-clinical expenses by moving around the specialist, by optimizing our marketing spend. So thereby we further enhancing the opportunity to increase the revenue. So this is how usually a clinic head takes care of a P&L, and it will be supported by the corporate through the branding from the market, from we call it like ATL, and there is a BTL activities happen at the clinic level. And there is a to motivate the clinic head, there is a fixed and variable. So all these things are there. And to maintain the quality, we centralize the lab. So which means not only the cost of the lab, the cost of the teeth and all, but also the quality of it is very important. And we have some consultants who are available on a variable cost for us. So the concept together, if you see it, it's a kind of it's not a completely asset light. We are getting into asset light. So the asset light part is number one, land, we don't own it. Number two, the office space, which we don't own it. The only part we own it is the equipment, which is also the model, which is also something that we are getting away from on a lease basis. And what else? The other part is the break-even part. It takes about 8 months, but you have to fully staff. It's not fully staffed. You have to staff with the doctors and support staff. Because one of the founders' vision is we need to have all specialists under one roof. So even if a patient comes for something, you should not go back without getting a treatment done same day. So we make all the specialists available under one roof. That definitely increases the break-even time, but that's a kind of a differentiator. So this is what we're talking about. We have right now. When I came in as an investor, it was about 8 to 9 shares. We're about 150 shares right now. And we passed from Angel to Series A, now we're in Series B. So Helion came as an investor when we were about 10 clinics and about 60 shares. So we consumed all the Series A investments, so now we are scaling to Series B. So what else? So what we have built is a nice platform wherein it can scale clinics in any city and expand and bring in the doctors and train them so that they come into our standard protocols. And the additional revenue part that what we are doing is through preventive dental care is some kind of packaging that we have done where it is helping us. 10% of our revenue is coming from preventive dental care. We sell the dental plans, which is annual plans. At the same time, it's helping us for the patient to come every 6 months. So if you see it, the most of the revenue is coming from prosthodontic, which is 37%, which is a specialized area. That's why our ARPUs are more about 8,000 to 10,000 rupees. Even though if you see a cleaning costs about 500 to 1,000 rupees, so our average ARPU per patient is about 8,000 to 10,000. So as I said, the break even is about 8 months, capex payback is about 36 months. So these are few of our differentiators. So let's talk about something, some of our challenges that we have gone through, because I want to relate something with you guys. So when the angel round, obviously what you have is you have a concept, you have a vision. I mean, you may not have a complete vision, but you may have some goals which need to be articulated to an investor and which need to be crystallized. So that's where probably an angel or an inventor is required at that stage. So that's what happened in our model, wherein when the doctors have got about 7 to 8 chairs, we're able to visualize about 300 to 400 clinics. How do we scale it in the next 5-6 years? And in a staged manner, at the same time, how do you protect your dilution? That's another challenge that you have. Yeah, I mean, what if by stage 3, by series C, I'm going to lose my company, right? So aspects like this will, is actually a challenge to us. So what we have done is we used a combination of a debt equity model, because some securitized and some not securitized. So because doctors have got doctor scheme, which has got special treatment from the bank, so they get some kind of a debt with special treatment. So whatever you can get your hands on to minimize your dilution before you get into your Series A. And so once during the angel stage, yes, you will prove the model, but a Series A guy, we probably will set the rules. It keeps changing. Sometimes they say it's a top line, sometimes it say you have to be break even. So the rules keep changing. So we were going for top line. Okay, let's scale, to like 20 clinics so that we get a multiple on our top line. And the market said that no, I want to see a EBITDA break even at least, because corporate overhead fine. So these change in the strategies has, is something that you would go through, which we had gone through during our angel stage. So when we are at 10 clinics, we crossed the angel stage and we got Series A funding by Helion. So by that, and you'll have a different set of challenges once the investor comes in. But I want to stop there because I'm not going to get into Venkat's topic, which is investments, valuations, and all that stuff. But so, because that's my interesting topic, I'm mostly kind of a numbers guy. This slides and all, actually doctors can articulate these slides much better than me. So, I mean, the investors come with a different set of things. So they make you hire top-notch talent, which will drain your capital further. They will ask you to go into geographies, which you have to conquer, and which may not be a right decision for you, because their goal is to protect their money, number one, and number two is they have some fancy thoughts that they come up with, which they will enforce it on you. So that's why I'm kind of selling myself. You definitely need an angel or mentor all the way, whether it's Series A or Series B or Series C. So it's very important for you to have somebody as a sounding board. So coming back to the asset-light models, so as I told you, the one more thing that we can make it even lighter is a platform. Today morning I heard a lot of platform players, aggregation and all that. So this is a great model. Anybody who has got a concept, has started with a brick and mortar type business can get into the aggregation, not aggregation, at a platform, business. The similar thing what we are talking about. See, what I always tell my partners, the founders, is the revenue to investment ratio has to be always enhanced. So right now we see for 1.2 crore, we are doing about 2.4 crore, which is actually good in the industry, 1:2, right? So for a heavy asset guys, they don't even do that. 1:1 itself is a big deal. So we are I told them, how can we crack that? How can we go into 3 or 4 times? So there are a lot of ways, because it's cash, right? You have a platform in place where you have an ability to do walk-ins. That's a great asset for a new entrepreneur who want to start a dental clinic. You could offer that to him, which mitigates his risk. So you take care of process, you take care of branding, you take care of walk-ins. So let him take care of managing that clinic under the supervision. You put the IT system in place, the protocols are there. So that's one of the model that we think. Then suddenly when we look at the numbers, the asset light model is becoming even lighter. It's becoming 1:1, 3.5. So these are some of the things that you should constantly brainstorm, how much money I have and how much revenue or how much bottom line I'm doing. So assure is one thing that I told. Assure means which is the preventive, the other revenue models. If you have to generalize it, what are the other revenue models you can add on top of this platform which is already there? Constantly, we have to, innovate. So these are some of the things I want to share with you, and now let's start the session. I don't know how much time we have. So let's do, any questions? We'll do interactive. Yeah, so there is a difference between franchise, but I want the revenue recognition, so I want to own the 51%. So this is based on what you want to do in your business, but what I'm talking about is partnership model, the JV, yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
You started with the model which talked about number of chairs and of course the category of class A, class B and class C. Mm-hmm. And then you talked about an angel investment that came in. So that probably would have come in early at that point in time. So what was the, I know there's a valuation and all that session later, but when we're talking about, moving from 0 to say, you said 60 chairs, and then we got angel investment. What was your revenue at that point? What were your challenges at that point? Because early stage startups have that little magic to do. When you kind of establish something, start getting the revenue, and you obviously have not broken even as yet. That's about 18 months to go. But acquiring your first customers, when you put your offering out there, acquiring customers, and also having investors interested. Can you tell us a little about that journey?
The challenge to get an angel on board, or challenge to get a Series A on board?
I'm talking about I'm talking about your initial challenges. When you establish your...
which is angel on board, right? So you need, see, angel, that's why you call him angel, right? So he is walking in, believing in you. That's exactly what I had done. I was angel in this business. So when I was interacting with the 2 doctors who was entrepreneurs, I could see the passion in them. I could see if some mentoring can be given. I mean, they could definitely have an ability to lead this business. So if I have to see from their side, the challenge that they have is in getting an angel on board, in selling their vision and the concept and the conviction to a person. That's so important. So which is something that they have.
Yeah, but that was because you knew them. But did they have a business model?
So even if I knew, I know a lot of people, but I wouldn't put my money unless you convince me, right?
Yeah, I understand that. So I'm saying that they have a business model in place. When you kind of, or you...
They have the basics covered. They have the basics covered in terms of how a dentistry, can be differentiated in the market right now. Like the things like the evidence-based treatment is something not we have innovated, they have innovated that. So which is something I thought that's good enough, to start. And a cluster is something that we have done it together. Combination is what I think. Because you don't want to have so much debt on your books which you can't service. At the same time, you don't want to get diluted 100% day one, where you don't have much equity for Series B at the later stages. So catch hold of an angel who can do both.